Reverse, stop. Stop biting my shirt like that. You're biting me, bud. Burby, bro. I gotta adjust the fan. There we go. Stop biting my shirt. You're biting me, bud. Stop it. Are you a good boy? Yeah. What? Hi, bud. Are you my bubba? Are you my buddy? I love you. I love you, buddy. Burr, burr, burr. Hi, buddy. Hi. Mm-mm. We'll see if anyone hangs out with us tonight, buddy. It's Saturday night, and it's a little later, so we'll see. What's up, Orange Zest? How are you? Berber, 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 Berber. His name is Oreo. He's a 21-year-old Red Lord Amazon. Glad you're doing great. My night's going alright. Can't complain. I'm a little sleepy. I've been up for way too long at this point. Oh, insomnia, you fickle bitch. Hi, buddy. Which god? Cthulhu? Oreo and I became best buds in June of 2003. We were looking for a parrot at the time. We were actually looking for a cockatoo or a macaw. And we got a hold of this breeder. I'll leave her name out of it so I don't get sued. She's probably dead now. But we called her and she was like, "Yeah, I don't have any babies in right now, but in about a month, I'll have a new batch in." And we get a call in June, and she's like, "Hey, I got this baby red lord Amazon. I know it's not what you're looking for, but it's missing his right foot, and if you don't take it, it's getting euthanized because disabled birds don't make profit." Those were her words. And me and my dad, who were both visually impaired, were like, "That's insane. We can give that bird a good life." You know, both of us being visually impaired, we understood that people often uh, underestimate a disability and all that. So I go over that day actually, and meet her for the first time. Older lady, nice house, tons of birds. Go down to her basement and into the baby room, and Oreo gets put in my hand. And my dad said that he saw by the look on my face that we were getting this bird. And I spent 2 months over at her house every day, taking care of Oreo. And then he came home with us, and he's been in my family ever since. That's the short summary. If you want to go to my website, zachhertz.com/Oreo, OREO, but zachhertz.com/Oreo, you can read his origin story. He wrote it. It won an award. Don't bite me, buddy. Stop. Stop going for the gauges. So Oreo's missing his right foot due to the breeder's negligence. He was in an incubator that had egg turners at the bottom, which spin the egg to keep it evenly heated. And when you know that your babies are about to hatch or are close to hatching, you transfer them out of that incubator into a different incubator so that the egg rollers don't hurt the baby birds. She did not do that, and the egg turners activated after he hatched and crushed and amputated his right foot. It could have been totally avoided. What's up, buddy? Where's your buddy? We gotta get you a nail appointment, bud. Hey, Barbara, how are you? Hi, bud. I have been blind for 32 years, and I'm 34. So, well, technically, I've been blind since age 1. So 33 years. At a month old, I was diagnosed, and I have a 3-part video series on my channel with more information, but I'll give you the brief summary of all that. At a month old, I was diagnosed with retinoblastoma, which is fancy dead medical Latin for cancer of the retinas. That was found in both eyes, and it quickly started to progress to the optic nerve. They spent a few months doing different treatments, a lot of radiation therapy. That'll play a big factor later in my life. Cryogenics, lasers. It sounds like science fiction, but that's what they were doing at the time. And the right eye progressed enough that they're like, it's moving down the optic nerve, and once it hits the brain, it's terminal, fatal, whatever. We're going to take him into surgery. We're going to take out that eye, the right eye, and the optic nerve, and hopefully we'll stop it in its tracks. They did that, and then by age 2, my left eye was like, I got this, and it accelerated its growth as well, and they took out my left eye and optic nerve, rendering me completely blind by age 2. That radiation that I had as an infant came back to haunt us at age 6. It mutated a gene, I forget which gene, but it mutated a gene in my, and so they found a giant osteosarcoma, which is a bone-eating tumor. When they discovered it, it eaten 70%, 60% of the bone in my skull. There was like a thin shell on the outside, basically, if that makes sense. And they told my dad I had 3 months to live. I literally went in for a biopsy and was expecting to go home that night. I wake up from the biopsy. My dad's like, we're not going home, buddy. We're going to Seattle Children's Hospital immediately. We get in the van. We go over there. I was there for 2 weeks. They began testing me and prepping me for chemotherapy. After that 2 weeks, I was home for a week I always forget the schedule. I think I was in the hospital for a week, home for 2 weeks or something like that, doing chemotherapy for about 6 or 7 months. They shrink the tumor down small enough where they feel comfortable going in and operating on it. By then, by the time of the surgery, it had stretched out tentacles. It was tickling my brain. It had penetrated the protective layer around the brain called the dura and was touching the brain but hadn't really set any roots up. So they went in, they took that part out, they patched up the dura, they rebuilt my skull with plates, screws, wires, bone grafts, skin, muscle grafts, stuff like that. And then from age 9 to 15, I had about 8 more tumors, small ones. We caught these ones really early, because after that tumor, when I was 6, they went on an aggressive CAT scan MRI schedule. So if I become a superhero, it's from all the radiation. But they found each tumor as it popped up, went in, took it out pretty quickly. At age 14, one of those tumors was a tricky little devil. And by the time it was discovered, it was because I was in agony. It had grown and constricted around the third trigeminal nerve of my face, which is this area, forehead, cheek. It, like when you run your finger across your forehead, that's your trigeminal nerve. The tumor had damaged it irreparably, like it could not be fixed. And at the time, they didn't think they were going to be able to get the tumor out because of how it was sitting on and around the nerve. If they tried to take the tumor out, they were afraid that it was going to completely mess up that nerve. But to not take it out means that, Bubba, relax, means that the nerve is going to be damaged even more, possibly die out. Anyway, they go in, they want to do a biopsy. They touch it with a scalpel, the tumor, not the nerve, and the tumor just breaks apart. And so they're able to remove it, but from that point forward, my trigeminal nerve is completely messed up. I have what's called trigeminal neuralgia. Trigeminal neuralgia is a severely painful chronic nerve condition where, depending on day to day, at least for me, you either have really sharp stabbing needle pain, or it feels like someone's sliding a hot razor blade under your skin. Tingling, kind of feels like lightning shocks at times. It's really weird. From what I remember, I have type 1 and type 2 trigeminal neuralgia. I don't know the differences between the types right now. I'm way too tired. I've looked it up multiple times, and it seems all the same to me, really. That started me on a 14-year journey with taking doctor-prescribed opiates. YouTube, doctor-prescribed opiates. I'm relating my personal experience. I'm not telling anybody to take them. I'm not telling people to... I'm not giving out medical advice, so relax. The doctor I was seeing at the time quickly ramped me up through the different levels of pain medication. I've been on pretty much every hard opiate that's out there. I did that for quite a few years. And then that high level of use started to damage my body. My gallbladder had to be taken out. I was dealing with stomach pain. There were early signs that my liver and kidneys were having issues. So I was trying to figure out what my next step was because I didn't want to live in pain, or I didn't want to live in more pain. The pills, while they helped, they didn't reduce the pain enough they took the edge off to make it somewhat tolerable. I could get out of bed and go to college and all that shit. They would take them from like an 8 to a 7 or a 9 to an 8. I started, I'd always kind of been toying around with certain herbal remedies of the green kind. Though that seemed to help quite a bit. Again, doctor prescribed. YouTube, doctor prescribed. I have a note from my doctors for that, or did. At a certain point, the state of Washington, which is where I live, started cracking down on opiate usage. There had been 19 overdoses, overdoses. 19 people had overdosed and died in this one clinic group. And the state of Washington stepped in and said, "What the hell are you guys doing?" And doctors started to get really scared. Lawsuits were getting thrown around. Charges were being pressed. And so every pain management doctor in the state who wrote prescriptions started to freak the hell out. I'd seen my doctor for about a year, a new doctor. When I moved when I moved back up here, I got a different doctor. Saw him for about a year. Everything was golden. And then one day I come in and he's like, "You are an addict. You are on a high dose of opiates according to our urinary analysis. And you are no longer, what's the word I'm looking for? You are no longer allowed, basically, I can't think of a better word, to be on this many pills." Now, keep in mind, I was not buying pills off the street. My pills were coming straight from the pharmacy. My pills were coming from my doctor. I only had one doctor who was prescribing me pain pills. And when he said, "You're on 190, when we tested your urine, you're on 197 milligrams of opiates or whatever." And I go, "Yeah, from you. 30 milligram Oxycontins, 8 milligrams Dilaudid every 4 hours, 30 milligrams Oxycontin every 8 hours or 12 hours, whatever." I can't remember if we're doing the extended lease at the time. But when we started looking at the pills, I started adding it up for him. And he's like, "Well, we're going to start stair-stepping you off, and we're going to switch you over to something called Suboxone." Methadone. I was also on methadone at the time. I knew there was a third one. Anyway, but we're going to switch you over to this medication called Suboxone. I had a family member who was an addict and switched over to Suboxone. And within 3 months of switching over to Suboxone, took their own life. And I was like, "I have these concerns about this, and I'd rather not switch to that if there's something else we can go to." He said, "Sure, we'll go to Subutex," or whatever the hell it was called. Basically a Suboxone derivative, from what I remember. I'm on that for 2 months, not really helping the pain, not really helping me quit or reduce my usage of the pills. I was getting fed up. I felt like no one was listening to what I was trying to communicate. That doctor was worried about covering their own ass, which I understand from a business aspect. But it's not like I'm seeking these pills I would say that I'm chemically dependent, but I'm not addicted. I'm dependent on these pills so that I can get up and go to college and get my degree and go do these things that I want to do in my life and not be in bed screaming 24/7. Wow, this story turned into a really long story. I apologize. Anyway, I have feelings about this. I increased my herbal usage. I had a week's supply left of the pills they were trying to get me to switch to. I made the decision right then and there I didn't want to have to worry about going to the pharmacy and getting the refill. So I took those. I had one pill left that I kept in case of an emergency, in case the withdrawals got too intense. I called out of class for a week. I told my teachers I was having health issues. I sat in my apartment on campus and I detoxed. Now, not a doctor here, but every doctor who's heard this story tells me I was an idiot. Because you're not supposed to go from that high of a usage down to nothing. Well, I understand why. That shit was insane. I was hearing voices. I was, I was flipping from hot to cold. I would spend like an hour in the shower every like 3 hours. I was puking. I was puking and vomiting, the same thing. I was vomiting, shitting my brains out. It was horrible. And yeah, that's how I got off opiates. And by the way, got off opiates. Didn't tell my doctor I was doing it. Was supposed to go in for another appointment to get a refill on those pills. Didn't call them. Didn't go in. They didn't call me. They never checked on me. Never heard anything from them. As far as they knew, I could have been dead. They did not care. Okay, long story. Sorry. Yeah, that's yeah. Our healthcare in this country is absolute shit. Oh, hey, you're doing good, Barbara. Great to hear. Sorry, I'm catching up with your comments. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. Hey, Turtle, how are you? KL, how are you? What gave me the strength to carry on with my battles? I don't know. I get asked that question a lot, and honestly, it's just waking up every day and finding moments of enjoyment and doing things that I enjoy. Obviously, Oreo, he's a big motivator in my life to get up and not want to bash my head against the wall. I love life. Life is phenomenal. There's a lot of fascinating things that we as humans can do, and I think a lot of us, me included, take them for granted, and there's a lot I want to do in this life that I haven't had a chance to do yet because of financial responsibilities or because of accessibility limitations, but there's a lot that I would love to accomplish in my life. I don't know if I'll even get to do that, but the fact that I have the ability to pursue and try gives me, motivation to continue. Hold on, Bubba. I had a towel ready for you. I don't know what the hell I did with it. What did you do with your towel? I had it sitting right there. I moved it, apparently. I got mixed up. You want a treat? Ooh. You want a treat? You want a treat? Come here, little buddy. Oh, are you thirsty? Are you thirsty? I offered you water before the live and you didn't drink it. What's up? What's up? Yeah, I could rant for hours and hours and hours about our healthcare system. And it's getting worse, unfortunately. Um, I I understand that things have to be for profit, and our three major things in life are for profit: food, medical care, and housing are all for profit now, and they have gone over the last 30, 40 years. You can see a high increase of value decreasing, cost increasing. So what you're paying for, it does not equal the amount you're paying for it, and that is insane. Oh yeah, did that complaint go anywhere, Barbara? Hey, buddy, bud. Here, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Okay, I'll be right back. You enjoy eating your treat. You be a good boy. I'll be right back. Hey, bud. What's up, buddy, bud? I can't say if I would want our healthcare to be like Canada or the UK because both those systems also have major problems. Um, I mean, personally, I think healthcare should be free or extremely low cost. Uh, it's crazy that when you go to the hospital or you go to the emergency room and they're giving you over the counter medicine that costs $10 for a bottle of, I don't know, however big a bottle of Tylenol is. I haven't checked that count in a while. You can go pay 10, $20 for an entire bottle of Tylenol, and they give you one Tylenol at the hospital, and they're charging you $200 for that Tylenol or whatever. That's insane. I think insurance companies are too involved. Hey, wait, where's my Fitbit? Hold on, I'll be right back. I just realized I didn't put my Fitbit back on after I showered. But yeah, like insurance companies are jacking up prices. Uh, if I had a stable job and an income, I think I would rather pay the hospital prices directly to the hospital instead of going through insurance and having insurance jack up pricing and dealing with all of the politics of trying to deal with insurance. I would just every time I get a paycheck put money aside for medical expenses and put it in like a savings account and then work it out with the hospital where they're getting a little profit from what I'm paying, but I'm not getting charged vast amounts of money for something that's fairly simple. I actually kind of went through that a while ago with my oral surgery appointment. I had to get a tooth taken out, and the oral surgeon had to do it because I had really like twisted and impacted roots, and it was where the roots were. It was possibly going to damage a nerve or something, whatever. And the oral surgeon's like, "Well, I can get this tooth out for $200. With that includes maybe it's $325 actually, whatever. I can get that tooth out for that much with local anesthetic, and if you want to be sedated, which I did need to be sedated because I have problems. Um, my tolerance for having medical procedures done on me has gotten complex. I get super anxious and shake and twitch, and it's not fun. So I was like, yeah, I probably should do the full sedation. And to get propofol to do that, we were looking at an additional $600 to get that propofol into my system. I didn't have the cash at the time, otherwise I would have just done it, paid out of pocket. Instead, I had to go to my primary care doctor, have her write a letter to my insurance, have the oral surgeon justify the expense to my insurance. They denied it once, and then we resubmitted, and they agreed to do it again, or agreed to do it for the first time, I should say. And then I had to go back for another possible tooth extraction, and my insurance was like, well, we already paid for one, we're not going to pay for another one, so we were going to have to do the pre-authorization shit all over again, have these doctors write all this stuff out, and it was just like, you know what, this tooth can stay in my mouth. It's not bothering me. I don't want to deal with it. Tooth can stay right where it's at. It's not infected. It's not bad. It's just it's under the gums and isn't coming out. Yeah, if you go to the hospital at the end of your visit, ask them for an itemized bill. Go through it item by item. Look at what they're charging. Oreo treat time indeed. Um, primary doctor messed up the referral. Many complaints being filed on my son's behalf. Good, good. Keep fighting that fight, Barbara. God complexes. Yeah, I think to be a doctor, especially something along the lines of like surgeons or having people's lives in your hands on a day-to-day basis, I think that does attract a certain type of personality. Now, I don't want to say narcissist or egotistical jackass. I don't want to say that. And I won't say that. But it definitely attracts a couple personality types. There's the doctors who get into it to be a hero, and those ones are the best, in my opinion, because they wanna make the world better. They wanna heal everybody. They'll actually take and listen to you. And I'm not saying there's not some jackasses among that group, but for the most part, those doctors with that personality are, in my opinion, good doctors, from what I've experienced. Then you get these other doctors who come in. They're like, well, I went to medical school. I know everything. And they don't listen to you. They get all the information that they want from your chart. They don't talk to you. Uh, they don't take into account what you are feeling and what you're asking for as part of your medical treatment. They're very dismissive of anything that you bring up. They look for key symptoms, and then once they lock onto those symptoms, they disregard every other symptom. And those doctors are arrogant jackasses. Now, I don't hate doctors. I hate people. I'd actually let an AI like be my doctor versus a real doctor at this point. Berber, are you a happy boy? Getting that treat? I remember going into the ER, and I don't remember why I was there. It was many years ago. And this doctor comes in, asks me some questions, and then he goes, "You're rude." And I was being very polite to him. I'm like, "I'm rude." He's like, "Yeah, you are a rude person." And I was like, "Oh yeah, why?" And that, you tell me I'm rude and I'm being nice to you, you're gonna see rude. He's like, "Well, you didn't shake my hand. You aren't making eye contact with me. You're not looking at me. I go, Doc, did you read my chart? Did you look at what was like leaning against the bed? Did your nurses tell you anything about me besides like symptoms? Did you maybe register the fact that my eyes don't move, that my eyes are not blinking, that they might be in fact prosthetics? There is one rude person in this room, Doc, and it's not me. Also, doctors, I don't want to shake your hands. You're touching people every day, all day. Yeah, you wear gloves, but I'm still not gonna touch your hand. Gross. Especially an ER doc. You've probably had your hands like near blood and gross. No, thank you. I do hate everyone equally. I used to have a shirt that said that. I don't hate you because you're. Oh yeah, it said I don't hate you because you're you. I hate you because I hate everyone equally. Furby bro. I'm chugging through this coffee, bro. I'm trying to stay awake. I'm sleepy. I think once with the live wraps up tonight, we're gonna get you ready for bed, and then I'm gonna go right to bed. I'm gonna crash out. Yeah, I'm gonna crash out. I'm gonna go sleep. Put a book on, an audiobook on, and just fall asleep to it. Fortunately, it's a book I've read before, so I don't have to worry about missing anything. Take it easy, Orange Zest. Thanks for stopping by. We go live Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Usually around 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 9 Central, 10 Eastern. Wow, my brain. Math. Thank you all for the likes and the subscriptions, by the way, for those that have subscribed today and like the video content. Berber, will you whistle? My phone's dying, buddy. I'll fix that up. You've been painting all day in your bathroom. Nice. What color are you painting it? I was about to ask you all how your Saturdays have been going, so you read my mind. Ooh, I gotta do laundry, bud. Yeah. I think I'm out of Oreo shirts. I'm out of Oreo shirts, buddy. Well, the ones I wear on the lives. The two that I have, the two that I have that are nice that I wear in public, those are clean. But I'm not wearing those on the live because you'll destroy them. You've been busy, Barbara? Oh, well, I hope you get some rest and relaxation going on. Cabinet tan and walls purple. All right. I can't really comment on that because I don't know how those colors look together, but sounds fun. Here, Bubba, I'll be right back. I gotta go pee again, okay? I'll be right back. I'm gonna go use the bathroom, okay? I'll be right back. Keep posting the live, bud. Hey, Bubba. Hey, my buddy. Are you my Bubba? Are you my Bubba? You're at home and relaxing? Nice, nice. That's good. Hi, Bubba. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hello? Are you looking at my laptop? Are you looking at my laptop? It's probably on the screensaver mode right now. It's probably just showing you different pictures. Different, like, art and nature scenes. Yeah. He is a pretty bird, but I agree with that. We really need to get him. Really need to get him to the vet and get his nails trimmed up, though. And this vet appointment is going to be a little bit more expensive because it's his yearly checkup. So that sucks. But you're worth it, little dude. You're worth it. Oh. Almost fell, Bubba. Almost fell. Yeah. Crouching down like that, lost my balance. Can I have my chair back now? Can I sit down? Can I sit down? May I sit? In my own chair? He was on my bed roaming around earlier, and I stacked my pillows up for him, and I have like 6 pillows on my bed, because I need pillows when I sleep. And I stack them up for him, and he climbs up on top and is like, "This is mine now, Dad." He starts like getting all chirpy and sounds like a little dinosaur. Very, very territorial of my pillows. And I've tried to put a pillow up on his cage for him. He does not want it. Ah, wrong switch. Burby bro whoa whoa. I'm so excited to go to sleep, Burber. I tried sleeping last night, but my brain was like, nope, no sleep for you. Hey, Bubba. Alright, y'all. We're almost at an hour. I'm gonna go and wrap it up for the night. I'm gonna wrap it up, go find something to munch on, and get this little guy ready for bed, and then go to bed. Turtle, Barbara, thank you guys so much for moderating. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful Saturday evening, night, and a great Sunday, and we will catch you guys on Monday if you're able to make it to the stream on Monday. But if not, we'll catch you another time. ZachHertz.com for all your wonderful Zach and Oreo nonsense, origin stories, blog posts, merch, Amazon wishlist, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. I should have done that in alphabetical order. social media links, all that fun stuff. Discord link if you want to join our Discord server. I've been trying to get that Discord server back up and active. I don't know. Let's see. I'm always worried when I put the headphones on because he doesn't like them and I get bit sometimes. So it's like a, is it where you're gonna react situation. He bit my stomach earlier today. He was walking across my stomach to get to a different part of the bed, and he like bit my stomach. Not like in a mean way. He just was like playing with my shirt and then bit my stomach. Very rude. Oh yeah, I meant to load the chat on my laptop. Oh well, next time. Alright, y'all. Orin, I love you. Be kind to yourselves and others. Go learn some cool shit. Make the world a better place. Find moments of happiness when and where you can. Laugh at yourselves. More importantly, laugh at other people. All the usual nonsense I say. Orin, I love you all. Have a good night. Try to sleep well. Sweet dreams. We will catch you on Monday or whenever we catch you next. Be happy. Go learn shit. Make the world better. Have a great night. Take care. Peace out. See ya.